Sometimes the only drama in our life comes from other people, not us. So, welcome back to Filipina Life with Mia. Today, we are going to talk about the things I've learned being married to a foreigner. Just so you know, my husband and I have been together for 6 years, I think it was. I don't remember. But in that 6 years, we've been married for 3 years now. So that's just like a little background, just so you know. So when I started dating my husband, I thought I had a general idea of what life would look like. I mean, I knew that there would be cultural differences, adjustments, new routines, but honestly, I didn't realize how much I would grow as a person. Not because we fought a lot, we hardly fought, and not because we clashed, but because being married to someone from a completely different culture gently pushed me out of my comfort zone. In the beginning, I was very timid. I chose my words carefully. I avoided confrontation, and I did everything to keep the peace, even when there was nothing to fight about. It is just how many Filipinas are raised. Be polite, be gentle, don't offend anyone, don't raise your voice. So when my husband spoke directly, plainly, and confidently, I was shocked. Not offended, but shocked. Because I wasn't used to someone who said exactly what they mean without softening it. I mean, I would give long explanations, gentle hints, or very careful phrasing while he'd just respond with a simple, clear answer. And that was new to me. I thought he's being rude or he's being mean to me, but he wasn't. He was just being straightforward. But here's the funny part though. Even with our different in communication styles, we hardly ever fought. We were and still are incredibly compatible. We share the same goals, the same values, and the same mindset about almost everything. So instead of clashing, we actually learned from each other. He taught me confidence in communication, and I taught him softness and emotional awareness, because sometimes his words can be so straightforward and I tend to put it inside of me. Anyways, it's like his directness balanced with my gentleness, and somehow it just worked. The cultural differences showed up in little things, not big dramatic moments, like decision making. I grew up learning teamwork. You talk through everything, you involve everyone, and you consider people's feelings. However, him, on the other hand, he grew up taking initiative quickly, not bossy, not controlling, just decisive. He would say, let's do this, or here's the plan, or we go there, like that. But of course, we talked about it. And he meant it in a good way too. He wanted to make sure that things are easier for us. And because he leads in a calm, responsible way, it made me feel safe following that direction, following him, making him lead our relationship. Not because I could not lead, but because his leadership came with protection, stability, and intention. It wasn't men lead, women obey. It was more of like, I've got this, I'll take care of us. And that kind of leadership is easy to trust. We also did not expect how many outside opinions would follow us, because the moment you marry a foreigner, people suddenly care about your choices, where you live, why you moved, when are you visiting, and what your life looks like now. Especially in the expat world, people talked. I mean, they analyze, they assume, and they gossip, and they love comparing countries. I mean, we all do, like why Thailand? Why not Philippines? Why stay in Thailand? Why not stay in the Philippines for your own good? Why there? Why here? Some expats treat moving countries like a sport, and everyone has an opinion and they love drama. And you know what? That's completely fine. Let them talk, because the truth is, the peace is inside our home is so much louder than the noise outside of it. Living in Thailand added another layer of learning, not to our relationship or marriage, but to life itself. So far, we've been here for like 2 months, and already people want to know, like, do we like it? Is it better than the Philippines? When's your visa? Are you staying long term, etc., etc.? But the reality is simple. We're still adjusting. We're still learning the place, understanding the rules, and just trying to figure things out step by step. So far, Thailand has been good to us. It's safe, it's quiet and relaxed, and honestly, being in a new country together has made our relationship even stronger, our marriage stronger. There's something about navigating a new environment with just the two of you that makes you feel more united. No family nearby, no childhood safety net, just you and your husband, or in my case, just me and my husband, figuring life out together. And even though we hardly argue, there are still adjustments. For example, I used to be so scared to speak up, not in a dramatic way, but in a Filipino way. And my husband knows that, because when he first met me, if there are things that I don't like or that makes me sad when he does things or when he says things, I just go to the corner and just hide and cry and do that soft stuff, because I didn't want to hurt his feelings and I didn't want to talk to him about the things that hurt me, because I feel like if I say something, then that means I'm hurting his feelings. But I just didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I didn't want to sound demanding, because that's just so not me. And I have this mindset that I do not want to disturb the peace that both me and him have. Meanwhile, as our relationship progressed, he actually encouraged me to express myself even more, because that's just the way he is, and that's how relationship should be. You should be open to communication. He wanted honesty, he wanted clarity, he wanted me to feel safe talking about anything and not hiding anything from him. And slowly I changed. Not because he forced me to, but because he made me feel comfortable enough to be more confident. And that is something I never expected, that being married to a foreigner or being in a relationship to a foreigner would actually bring out a stronger, more outspoken version of myself. And I guess he kind of loved that version of me, the one who stands up for herself, the one who communicates clearly, the one who isn't afraid of expressing her opinions. And I did not expect my marriage to make me grow that way. Another thing that I didn't expect was how harmony could even exist in differences. For some couples, culture becomes a source of conflict. But for us, it became a source of curiosity. Instead of arguing, we asked questions. Instead of assuming, we explained. Instead of reacting, we understood. That's why we hardly fight. Not because we're perfect or anything like that, but because we communicate in a way that prevents tiny misunderstandings from turning into drama. And maybe this is the part people won't believe, but it's true. Sometimes the only drama in our life comes from other people, not us. Expat circles, neighborhood gossip, cultural assumptions, strangers asking personal questions. But inside our marriage, we have peace, stability, we have commitment, and honestly, that's rare and something I am grateful for every day. The more time passes, the more I realize that being with a foreigner isn't about two culture mixing. It's about two people choosing each other again and again, despite the differences that we have, because you learn from one another. You adapt to each other. You take the best part of both worlds and you build your own. You create a culture inside your own household that doesn't belong to either country. It is uniquely yours. And that is the biggest thing I didn't expect when I married a foreigner. I didn't expect to feel so at home with someone who grew up so differently from me. I did not expect that our peace would be so natural. I did not expect that our personality would fit so perfectly. And I didn't expect to grow into a more confident, brave, self-assured version of myself just by being with someone who supports me so completely. So if you are in a mixed culture relationship also, I want to hear from you. What surprised you the most? Because every couple has their own unique story and I'd love to hear yours. So with that, please comment down below what you guys think, what surprises you when you're in a relationship with a Filipina or a Thai or any other Southeast Asian countries, girls and all that stuff. So thank you everyone for watching. I will see you all in the next one.